Hey, Nicholas, I want to tell you something about like trauma bonding because it has to do with. All right, so you was in the trenches and you took care of your shit. That's great, right? And then I was up there flying in the sky as a top secret Russian crypto linguist. But both of our jobs were equally important. You know, but going through spy school in the military, man, that Defense Language Institute shit, that ain't bull shit at all. I mean, I could barely breathe even thinking about it, man. We had a textbook every 10 days, right? So my recruiter lied to me, man. You know, he said I was going to the beautiful Presidio of Monterey, California, and I'd be surfing on the beach and shit, right? And I'd be like, whoa, on the weekend. And then I could just go to Russian school, right? I mean, there's like, all right, which language do you want? I'm like, Russian. Because eventually Russia will fall apart, and I was young. I knew it would eventually, and then everyone speaks Russian, and so then you can speak to 17 different cultures instantly, like Lithuanians, Yugoslavians, Latvians, Romanians, Hungarians, Polish people, every fucking one. Even the poor people of Estonia, man, they got robbed. The Russians wanted to teach Russian to the Finns. The Finns said no, and they blew them all up in the mountains, man. You should look at us Sunday, but when you're in spy school, you trauma bond with the people that are even washing out. Like, we had an 80% attrition rate, so that means everyone you're looking at's gonna be gone. Like, so out of 76 of the smartest people I ever met, only 9 of us graduated. It was fucked. But so in the front of the room in the auditorium, right, there was this guy, Randy Ayala. And I didn't know him. I didn't know nobody. I just knew I was in a room with 76 of the smartest people I ever met. And that most of us would be gone a year later. So I was a bit terrified. He turned around. He had the same eyeglasses I did, right? Like Exotica frames from Italy, fancy bitch shit, right? And I'm like, hey. Anyways, he came to the back of the room and he's like, do you like your roommate? I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know. I don't know. He's like, well, I know that I don't like mine. You and I have the same eyeglasses. We should be roommates. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what? He said, do you? I said, I don't know. I don't know if I like my roommate. He said, I don't. We should talk, to the powers that be. And we should be. He said, I like to paint. I said, you what? All right. So now we're looking at each other with the same eyeglasses that don't exist in the United States pretty much. I mean, they Italian shit. This is like 1982, right, bro? I mean, nobody fucking had this shit. I was probably wearing white Britannica jeans. I don't even know. But so, anyway, he said, I like to paint. And he said, you'd probably like to watch me paint because I'm a good painter. I'm like, all right, so he's telling me he hates his roommate. He wants to be roommates with me, and then I'll say it again then, I guess. He wants me to watch him paint our room because he said that I would probably like it. Well, Nick, there was kind of a little problem in there because I was a young faggot, right? And I'm like trying to escape from the Catholic Church, being a pretty altar boy, going to an all-boys high school, being in drama, Peter and Peter Pan were too big of a Peter. I got myself into a lot of trouble, bro. I had to escape from Boston to save my life. And I was thrown into faggotry like you never saw in the goddamn Air Force. I mean, holy shit, man. It was fucked. We was all escaping from something, right? And the problem is that he was the best looking guy on Lackland Air Force Base out of about 16,000 men. My roommate, or the one who wanted me to watch him watch paint dry while he fucking spreading him, right? He like, hey, want to be roommates? Like, oh no, I can't handle this. You're too gorgeous in my head. I'm like, fuck, I'd be fucked. I'd be jacking all day. Leave me alone. So, anyways, I watched him paint, and his girlfriend kept sending teddy bears. Really nice ones. From Florida, big ones from Sarasota. Fucking huge ones sometimes. He'd get mail every day with the lipstick. So Jeanette, his bitch, right, she's sending him perfumed everything. So now he painted the room powder blue with white accents, changed all the hardware, all the knobs, teddy bears all over, and perfumed envelopes showing up every day, right? So now who looking like faggots? I mean, serious. I was like, Randy, we're in spy school, man. You need to chill out. Like, we got, stop it, right? And then we got called into auditorium for a fucking, I don't know, 6-month interview. And they said, well, the girls from room 320, please stand up for the dormitory award of the month. I sank down in my seat, and all of our buddies started giggling, right? They're like, hey, girls, go get your award, right? We looked stupid. We had a Bonneville fucking 440 engine, man. And he refused to camp with the other boys from the spy school. Randy and I had to have our own tent. We drove on our own, and we worked out together. We ate together. We shit together. We woke up naked sometimes on a pile of clothes, but we never had sex. You know, I mean, fuck, we wanted each other bad because we was trauma bonded in spy school, but you know, we let it go because it was illegal to be gay back then. We would have did it, bro. I mean, we was close. But that's not the point. The point that I'm trying to tell you is that men are allowed to love other men. It's a very important aspect of how we grow up. And if we don't love other men, then we can't love ourselves because we are men. And so the point I wanted to make is that he went on to have 7 children. And he's happily married to a Latina now. Or, I don't know, what engaged means anyways. And so my long story short is that, like, you being, in love with Dustin as a bro, I mean, because you guys both studs. He Army, you fucking Marine. I mean, that's a cool combo for being able to pick up chicks too. Because if you men love each other, then that means you love each other a little bit more inside. I never would have made it through spy school if it wasn't for Randy Ayala. And he most certainly wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for me. So that's episode number 2. I'm going to move on to 3 later. Anyways, morning, bro.